Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. My name is Papi Odek. Of course, I am the certified, the official follower of farmers here at the BASF Follow a Farmer East Africa. What we do is we follow farmers where they are, we find them, we learn from them, we bring them to you so that you know they share their stories and how they integrate BASF products in their work and in their farming. Now we are at a new place. I do not want to spoil the broth, so I will let our host and our guest speak and let us learn from him.
Thank you very much, Jack. I'm one of the farmers who have been found, and my name is Wambua. I'm the Group Managing Director for Mzurrie Group. Mzurrie Group is comprises of 3 farms. We have one of the farms in Eldoret called Mzurrie, which started in 2002. We have our oldest farm called Winchester Farm. It initially was in Nairobi, in Karen, and because of the housing pressure in Nairobi, we moved the farm to Nakuru, somewhere called Bahati. And the farm had started in 1992, so it's our oldest farm. And then the baby in the group is Molo River, where we are.
We just came to this establishment around 14 years ago. First, the farm was a ranch before we came here. It was owned by some settlers before it was owned by the shareholder. It used to be a sanctuary for wild animals, especially the rhinos, the buffaloes, zebras, and the big 5s. So with time, the animals were able to be relocated to Lake Nakuru, especially the rhinos, and that's why we took our logo and the branding as Molo River as the rhino.
We mainly grow roses in all the farms.
All right.
And main roses, we have what we call the standard roses. Standard roses is a rose which has one stem, has one head. That's a standard rose. And also we have the spray roses, where we have one stem with many heads. Something like this now we have, calling it a spray rose. Is one stem with many heads.
Okay.
That's a spray rose. So in the group we have specialized in both the standard and the spray roses.
Okay.
But we also have some proportion. We are doing chrysanthemums, astromerias, and also lepidums, and we are doing also eucalyptus and gypsum. So we are doing that, but mainly for the customers who like bouquets in one of our farms, the Winchester Bahati farm.
Okay.
So here in Molo River, so for the group, the reason why we have the 3 farms is that we have set the farms in different locations to take advantage of the different ecological, the climates in the different areas. We know Molo River is the one which is on the lowest altitude, 1750 meters above sea level. And in that altitude, we find that the spray roses do well. You'll get the quality, you will get the production, and it does very well. So we are positioned about the farm, about 70% of the farm is on the spray roses.
On the spray roses, okay.
Our highest altitude farm, which is Winchester Bahati, is at 2200 meters above sea level. And that's where we have put our premium standard roses with head size of above 5 centimeters. So there we take advantage of the premium standard roses. In Molo River, we take advantage of the sprays. And Mzurrie is in between, it's 1950. So we have some which are doing sprays, some 50% of the farm on sprays and 50% on the standards. And standards are mainly intermediates,
okay,
which are doing.
All right. So at Molo River, what's your output? How much you said spray roses? How much do you produce?
Annual production for roses here at Molo River is about 30 to 32 million stems. We know that the spray roses are usually low producing than the standard roses. But so that's where otherwise we had a potential of producing almost 60 million stems, about 50 to 60 million. And because of the sprays, we have about 32 million.
All right. That's quite a number. Where do you sell them? Where is your primary market?
Our primary market is mainly Europe, but the sprays are doing quite well in Middle East, Russia, and Eastern Europe. We do a lot. We have some bit of the 30% which we are doing the standard roses, which are mainly to the UK and European supermarkets where we are selling a lot from there.
Okay.
Yes, we are also trying to develop the USA market, but the challenge has been the logistics because the competition with South America, because of the nearness there, Ecuador and Colombia, they are able to bring their flowers fresh to US market within 8 to 12 hours they are in the market.
Yeah.
Here will take almost a week by the time they are in the final there, because they have to go through Europe and distribution there. So that's a big challenge to the US market. But we find that Kenya, we are able to grow better sprays than the South American countries, Ecuador and Ecuador.
Okay.
Therefore, they still prefer our roses, the little we take to US.
Okay. So you're talking about Ecuador and South America. Let's just talk about the regulatory framework.
Yes.
In Kenya vis-a-vis what happens in Ecuador. How would you compare it? What's the comparative nature of these frameworks that probably, if enhanced, would make the roses from Kenya more marketable out there?
I will look at more of on the other side, the framework on the other side. And one of the challenges...
The other side being?
The Europe, mainly
yes.
Europe.
Yes.
One of the challenges we are finding in Europe, there is a pest called FCM, force candle moth, which most of these agricultural European countries like France and Spain, they don't want it to be introduced in their place, and it's mainly in Africa, more of in the Africa country. That's where that moth is, and they don't want it to be introduced from the other side, and therefore they have put so many stringent measures so that if your flowers are found to have either an egg or a larva or any of that moth, they'll ban you from exporting. We have to invest so much to ensure that what we are calling the greenhouse integrity, so that our production sites are almost free of this pest.
Let's talk about integrated pest management and disease control using BASF solutions. How do you do that?
One thing we like with BASF, we have worked with BASF since we started the farm in 2012.
Right.
Most of our products we are using is BASF. They have come here, they have the real technical support we give. They have their field support people come to the farms to come and see all your needs, not only the products themselves, but also train our staff, the applicators of the pesticide, on the best way on how to apply the pesticides, on how to do the calibration of the machines we are using, and how to use their products. And we have quite good products for almost all the range. Like here, our major problem we have is during the dry period, we have what we call the powder remedium, and BASF have the oldest, best molecule for the control of powder remedium called Metatox, which we have been using all through. And one thing, it is really is a gun you can pick whenever the animal. Okay. There. Yeah. When it rains, we have issues of botrytis and downy mildew, and here they come in with also other products like bellies, which are very good for us.
Okay.
In place.
Managing such a farm and playing such a role, of course, does not come without its fair share of challenges. Speak to us about the challenges that you face as a farm and as a farmer in managing all these operations.
As you know, human capital in any organization is the most important asset you have, and you can only benefit by knowing how to harness that extra energy from them. And everybody has a need to feel needed in the place of work. So what we have done, our employees, we have put our employees number one in all our operations. So we are looking at what we call the ESG, the environmental, social, and governance structures we have. And the social part of it, our employees comes number one. And therefore we look at them in terms of our remunerations, in terms of bonuses, in terms of motivation, other things of motivating. We have our staff, we give them tea at 10 for free. We give them subsidized lunch. We have bonuses. We have all these things, trainings we offer to them. And our, what we call their immediate supervisors, we train them on how to handle our employees because we know they are the number one. We also try to make our environment conducive for work. Number one, just a clean environment is number one. You need to have a clean environment. You need to have not to mess, because most of them also stay around. So you don't want to mess their water bodies in the way you dispose your waste and everything else. You have to be mindful of your environment.
Okay.
On your governance, you have to follow the employment laws in all these implementation of these other things we are doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The facilities here.
Yes.
I know we have greenhouses.
Yes.
What else is special in terms of facilities in this location?
We are going green energy, so we have a very big solar panel which we are using it 100% during the day. Since the farm where we are is located at a 0 degree, we are just below the equator. It's we are under 0 degrees. It's the latitude.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we get the sun from 6 to 6. So that's why we measure on on solar, so that we can be able to improve on our production efficiency by reducing the cost of dependency on the power.
The grid power.
Yeah, the grid power. So it is connected to the grid power. So when we have enough solar, the grid power goes down. So we also have dams, which it was in existence in the farm since 1978, but now since we have to ensure that we are sustainable, we have sufficient water, we have done 100% water collection from our greenhouses. We have a very big reservoir dam behind the greenhouses, around 150,000 meter cubed dam for clean rainwater. When you see it's crystal clean. But this one also we have a very big dam, earth dam, where we collect rainwater. So, and we also have boreholes, several boreholes. Though the boreholes, they are a bit salty and it has hot water like warm, because the tributaries tributaries in the boreholes, it is more of draining to Lake Bogoria. It's like also we are next to the crater. It's a bit warm and it's a bit alkali. So we are using a reverse osmosis to clean the water.
A farm like this in Molo River, and you'll see as you go around, that we have reduced the usage of tractors and also mobile. So we do transportation of the flowers using what we call the banana system.
Yeah.
So the flowers are just handed and transported through a reverse rail, army rail.
You've been in the business for long. What is your favorite part in the cycle of the crop growth?
Definitely, I enjoy going to a greenhouse whenever I visit any farm and I see the flowers blooming.
Okay.
I like just looking at nature really blooming.
I thought you would go for when they're being cut, when you know now the dollars are coming in.
Definitely with the happy employee, they'll make sure that the flower is happy, and therefore your pocket will be happy. So it is the people.
So it's a ripple effect of happiness.
Yes.
Okay. As we finish, what is your parting shot?
Thank you, BASF, for being a partner in this business. Without you, I don't know, the challenges we have will be so many. When it's dry here, we have big issues in Pora and Midi. We have what we call the mealybug sometimes, and the red spider mites because of the dry weather. And when it rains another side, we have the botrytis and downy. And I thank also BASF because they have the solution to all these problems, and not only the products, but also the know-how and the support.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying they are partners to us in this business.
All right. What is the biggest job on earth?
Wow, that's a nice one. The biggest job on the world is farming, or farming is the biggest job in the world.
Say that again.
Farming is the biggest job in the world.
Say it with conviction.
Farming is the biggest job on earth.
Farming is the biggest job in the world.
Wamesikia now. So we thank you very much. With that, we are still here, and come with us as we follow our farm.
BASF. We create chemistry.